So you can get these lovely gestures and you can get these lovely words that come through. And if it comforts somebody, then it's brilliant. If it doesn't work, and I really want to be honest about it, you can have 99% of readings could be amazing. And there'll be the occasional time somebody sits in front of you and you can't read for them. And it's heartbreaking. And it can happen for a number of reasons. It can happen because somebody isn't in the right space and is too vulnerable, and spirit are stopping that communication because they think the person in front of you is vulnerable. They might stop it because there's fear. The person's fearful, spirit wants to be gentle with that person. And it might be that somebody doesn't believe, and therefore no matter what you say to them, they're not going to hear or get the words or the vibration of that love, because it's just not, it's falling on deaf ears. Sometimes the information at the time doesn't make sense, and so people going no, 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 and then suddenly they realize, oh no, it's yes, yes, yes. Sometimes the medium's falling ill. I remember one time I was coming down with the flu. I didn't know it. I couldn't read for this guy, and I was like, God, this is really weird. I had a lovely day of readings yesterday. And now I'm sat here, I felt embarrassed. And I realised as I've journeyed on and got more experience that it's a normal part of it, that there is defined timing to some things and you can't make things happen. You have to trust. But if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't for a reason. Sometimes what people don't realize is sometimes you're calibrating the person living's energy as well as the spirit world, and often the spirit world have rocked up and they're ready, but I can't calibrate or change the frequency of the person sitting in front of me, and therefore I can't form the connection that I need to sustain that connection of love, to get the information in. So at times like that I might recognize a colleague, or maybe they just need a different medium and a different person with different, on a different day with a different frequency or vibration. I really do believe that energy will follow you wherever you need. But there are times, and I was talking to you before we came on air, one of the most profound things that I had experienced was a lady in New York, and 10 minutes before her reading I get the worst migraine I've ever experienced. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I feel sick, I'm actually not going to be able to read for you this evening. And you feel really guilty as well, because these people waited for you, and you start to, you're panicking even though you know you can't do anything about it. Now what's really interesting here, the next day, completely out of the blue, her mum, who had been very healthy, died of a heart attack. And I'd rearranged the appointment for the following Monday, and her mother was the first person through. And so you have to say to yourself, there's defined timing. The spirit world knew that the greatest need was a week later. And so, not to kind of waste the reading, if you will, they delayed it or postponed it by making me feel ill. But that's all part of the creativity and the intelligence that you're working with. And that's kind of, it's amazing.